Every week on Taste Like Home, I travel to places in Ireland to discover a family recipe. I'm here in Hayes, County Meath, and I'm going to meet Lynda. I've got the makings of what looks like a fantastic meal. So let's go and find out what Lynda's going to cook. When you're living abroad, there's always something that reminds you of home. A piece of music, a smell, familiar voice, a special meal. Taste Like Home is all about learning these family recipes and helping your loved ones recreate them wherever they are. I'm looking forward to hearing more about Lynda's family, where they live and what dish they really miss. So Lynda, who is living abroad?
Aoife, she's my first cousin. There's only 3 days between us, so we're very, very close.
And did you grow up together, near each other?
No, she grew up in Uri and I grew up here in County Meath, but for holidays and everything like that, she much preferred the country life, so she used to come down and stay with us. So she was like a sister. She'd come off with us on holidays, she'd be riding the ponies, she'd just spent basically her time in with us. So
that's lovely.
Yeah, it was great.
So you must miss her.
Terribly. I do have some pictures. She has warned me not to show you any of her with her perm or half naked coming down slides on holidays and whatever. My mum and dad owned a motorhome, so we used to tour around Europe and Ireland in it.
So where's Aoife now?
Aoife's in Dubai, has been in Dubai for the last 7 years, so I miss her terribly.
That's quite a distance for
Yes,
you.
yeah. But she, between Skype and Facebook and all the rest of it, we can keep up in touch.
And what does she miss most about home, other than yourself?
I think she misses green fields and sort of the coolness. She misses
Pork,
cooking.
bacon and everything.
Yes, she loves
Pork
her
and the bacon. Is that what she misses?
Loves her pork. And,
So what dish are we cooking for her?
We're doing pork medallions in a white wine mustard sauce. So it's sort of a
I love
family
that.
recipe that has been tweaked and changed over time, but it's she loves that.
That'll be great fun for me now, trying to recreate your pork recipe in Dubai.
In Dubai, in a Muslim country.
I'm cooking for Lynda's cousin Aoife, who lives in Dubai, and we're making a pork dish with champ. This could prove a real challenge. If you want to cook this recipe or any of the recipes featured in the series, they're all available online. Add butter and olive oil to a hot pan and then fry the chopped onions slowly until lightly browned. Put the onions into a casserole dish.
Aoife, even though she loves this dish and loves pork and misses pork terribly when she's in Dubai, she doesn't like mushrooms. So if you feed her a mushroom, she'll kill me altogether. So hence the button mushrooms, they're left whole. We fry them off, we leave them whole, and then she can pick them out.
In the same pan, fry the button mushrooms whole until lightly coloured.
So they're
looking gorgeous. I can't believe Aoife doesn't like mushrooms. They look gorgeous.
Don't they just?
Set aside the browned mushrooms and trim the pork fillet, and then cut into medallions. In the same pan, fry the pork medallions for 3 or 4 minutes on each side. Then add the pork on top of the onions, followed by the mushrooms, and season. For the sauce, add sour cream, then Dijon mustard, Worcestershire sauce, and lemon zest and juice.
Aoife likes spicy food, so we add in a couple of drops of Tabasco.
So is that a kind of more recent addition to the recipe?
Yes, probably is. I don't think my mum or my grandmother added Tabasco that often into food.
Add some white wine, then heat gently, making sure the mixture doesn't separate. Pour this over the pork and sprinkle paprika on top. Put a lid on the casserole dish and place into the preheated oven for 40 minutes. To make the champ, peel and cook potatoes in boiling salted water. Once cooked, drain and mash the potatoes. In a jug, add milk, peas, spring onions. Stir and pour into the mashed potato and return to the heat. Mix carefully until smooth and serve with a knob of butter. Garnish with parsley. And all that remains is for me to try it myself.
Here's the missing friend.
Yes, here's to Mr. Aoife.
That is delicious. It's absolutely delicious, Lynda. I think Aoife might be lucky to get it made as well as you've made it today. Yes, the mushrooms are especially nice. Aoife's going to love them.
You'll be eating Aoife's portion of them.
That pork dish was absolutely delicious. Now, Lynda's grandmother used to make it for Aoife. Lynda's mother used to make it for Aoife. Lynda makes it for Aoife. Now I've got to make it for Aoife in Dubai. Dubai is surrounded by the Arabian desert, and I've arranged to meet Lynda's cousin Aoife there to experience some traditional Emirati culture. Hiya, Aoife. How are you?
Hi, Catherine. How's it going?
Oh, sure, it's great.
What are you doing? How did you bring the wind with you?
It's just the most bizarre thing. We just pulled up here, the sun's been splitting the heavens, and now the rain has come. Like, it's just my luck. It's like British Bay all over. Anyway, what are we doing here?
I think we're going to try some local food and watch the sun go down.
Great, let's get going.
Perfect.
But Aoife has chosen a really different mode of transport. And people do courses to learn to drive like this. Oh my God. Shani Mac? Whoa. This is not what I thought. Bring back the camel. I do the camel ride. I don't mind. I'm so walking home. I just said it now. To be fair, it was exciting. What, Aoife, I know you told me we were going for a sunset dinner. You never said how we were getting there.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Aoife, obviously this here is for tourists and it's really enjoyable. I suppose you're more of a native at this point.
Yeah.
Are the sand dunes your playground?
Well, normally we would just take the cars in and do it or freestyle, as they say. So dig a pit, set a barbecue up and off you go. So this is the first time I've done anything that's organised like this. But yeah, so definitely organised for the tourists. So this would be the traditional dress. So you've got the abayas for the girls and a belly dancing outfit. And then you can't go anywhere in Dubai without having a pashmina to hand or a scarf.
Right.
Because you're either roasting hot in the sun or you're freezing cold in the AC. So that comes in handy.
And of course, as respect for the culture, you want to cover up as
Absolutely.
well. So
Yeah,
it's
so
useful. So the ladies wear an abaya.
Yes.
And then what do they wear as a headscarf?
And then they put a shayla on.
A shayla?
Yep,
Shayla,
yep,
right,
yep.
okay.
And then the man's white is a dish dash.
Dish dash?
Yes. Yep. Within the UAE, the girls love a bit of glitz and a bit of glamour.
Right.
So they will have embellishment and colour and whatever.
Yeah.
Whereas if you go to Saudi Arabia, for instance, and it's more traditional,
Yeah.
that's where they have the burqa and the gloves and they're much more functional.
And when you came out here first, did you find it culturally really different from home?
Do you know something? It was like growing up in Ireland in the 70s because the call to prayer was on, so that was like the Angelus.
Oh, yeah.
And
We still
you
have
went,
that.
there you go, I've been out of country too long. And it was just a bit more conservative, but in a refreshing way. You know, they're
Yeah.
very respectful
Yeah.
and contrary to belief, you know, women aren't undermined or whatever, and you do get the opportunity to skip the queue at the bank or at the post office or whatever.
They let women go first?
Yeah, they let you go
Because
first.
we're the higher race, is
We
that
are,
right?
yeah, exactly.
I knew
Yes.
that.
We
Just
do.
have to spread the word a bit, that's all.
Absolutely, they've definitely
Yeah.
got the right idea.
Once you arrive in the desert, you can go camel riding, you can try on a traditional costume, or even get a henna tattoo. And of course, some traditional food and entertainment. Wow.
I'm starving. This looks delicious.
It's amazing. I decided to go for bits of everything.
You're just right.
There was just so many gorgeous salads there. And there's pitta, underneath there's pitta and hummus. And it's the chicken, kebabs, and there's a salmon here, and there's a lovely lamb kebab. And you were saying the butter chicken.
The butter chicken, once you taste it, is so delicious.
Okay, I'm
it's
gonna go for that
gorgeous,
first.
really nice. I went for 2 spoonfuls.
Did you?
Yeah.
The desert was an amazing experience, totally exhilarating and absolutely unforgettable. but I'm delighted to be back in downtown Dubai. I mean, look at that view. And tomorrow I get to meet Aoife again. We head to the souk to get some spices. We're going to taste loads of food and do a grand tour of Dubai. At first glance, everything in Dubai seems very new and definitely larger than life.
So this is the old part of Dubai. There's a slight Venetian feel about it, isn't there? It's lovely. So it's literally, this was the heart. All of Dubai originally was fishing and pearls. So this was the hub in the Middle East where it's all started.
It's one of the things I've said about Dubai since we arrived, is that it's incredibly exotic, much more exotic than I thought it would be. I thought, you know, it was going to be all modern buildings, all glitz and glam, but there's so much more to it. You know, it's such a mix of people and races. The food is very different, but yet not strange to me.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people have a misperception when they come to Dubai if they're in a glitzy 5-star hotel and they don't leave the complex and it's just swimming pools and beach clubs and whatever. So I think when you're here to get the full experience, you need to it's all about balance, and you need to see the original Dubai and the old time. I think you're right. To appreciate the new.
But there's a more authentic Dubai to be found as you cross the creek in a traditional abra to visit the souks. And there's lots of them. Gold souks, fish souks, vegetable souks, and of course my favourite, spice souks. Oh my goodness, you get drawn in. You can smell the ginger, you can smell the turmeric. God, there's some really strange looking things though.
So I wonder what that stuff is.
That's lichen, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah, isn't that not the moss that we have at home? No, it probably isn't. It's probably something really fancy.
That looks like it's come from the moon.
Is that charcoal of some sort?
Yeah. Some sort of rocky thing.
Good morning.
Good morning, how are you?
How are you? Fine.
So what's on our shopping list?
Rose petal.
Rose petals?
Yeah. You boil in water, you drink it.
Okay. Oh, so you make a tea with it?
Yeah, make tea.
And where's it from?
It's coming from Iran.
From Iran.
Yeah.
Okay. And this more
This
rose
is
petals?
Rose petal. This is senna leaf.
What is it?
Senna. Yeah.
Senna?
This also make tea. You boil in water, you drink it for washing the stomach.
Ah,
For
right. Okay.
washing the stomach.
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant.
There you go.
Yeah.
My stomach definitely needs a wash.
This is hibiscus. You know hibiscus.
Oh, yes. That's it.
Hibiscus.
Oh, wow.
Hibiscus also
What does that smell like?
is good for high blood pressure.
Ah, very
Yes,
good. And
yeah.
what's this one? This mossy thing?
Seaweed.
Oh, it is.
Seaweed.
You were
It's
right.
seaweed.
Yeah, seaweed. Seaweed.
And is this for a tea as well? You make a drink? Or for
you
cooking?
Put
Or
in the curry.
in a curry?
And curry. Dates,
Seaweed.
cumin, cinnamon, black pepper, turmeric, all together.
So in a fish curry, or would you have it with a meat or a
fish
chicken?
meat. Yeah,
Oh.
fish and meat
Sure,
curry.
you'd need to give that a wee
We
go.
have lots of seaweed in Ireland. We could,
There you
could
go.
take off.
You need to start drying it out.
Sorry, this is alam. Alam is for half the shave and deodorant.
Ah.
Can I feel it? May I feel it?
Okay. Alam.
It's like a rock.
Rock salt. Rock salt.
Rock salt.
is
Yeah,
that?
alam,
So
rock salt.
after you shave,
After
you
shave,
put rock salt
yeah,
on
you
your
have
face.
cut
Ow!
But was that not
But
salt into the
and
wounds,
put-
literally?
rubbing salt into your wounds,
deodorant,
yeah.
also
Yeah.
the rock salt.
Oh, this looks exotic.
You know what is this?
Is that mercury?
Kohl. KHOL is for
Eyeliner.
mascara.
Ah.
What? That's for lining your eyes.
Yeah.
That is a lethal weapon. Do you want a steady hand for that job now?
Absolutely. Now, Catherine, I wanted to take you to one of my favourite places to get some food, and that's the Fish Shack in Jumeirah. So when I first came over here, I missed good seafood because obviously growing up in County Down on the beach, my mum used to get fresh prawns from Kilkeel Harbour and whatever. And I really wanted something like that when I moved over, and I found this little gem. Now it's gone all posh since I've been over. It used to be a porta cabin, but now they've upgraded it. So we actually have picnic tables and seats to sit at. So hopefully you like this one. Wow.
Oh dear.
Look at this.
Wow.
This big beast.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
Do you know, Aoife, I've got an awful feeling our eyes were bigger than our stomachs.
Well, I think we've got enough to feed the 5,000 now with this little beast. Do you want a prawn? Sorry, they're just too good to eat.
Spicy.
Not too bad.
How do you think that would have been cooked? Do you think that would have been
So it has
grilled?
that has a spice rub, and then
Yeah.
it'll be fried. It's like a meaty fish.
That's delicious, Aoife.
Isn't it
Really
nice?
delicious.
Yeah. So you can literally 2 or 3 people come and share that
Yeah.
big beast, and that's it. You're full for the night.
A lot of Irish people live and work in Dubai, and Aidan Gallagher, originally from Meath, is executive chef in the Bonington Towers Hotel. Aidan prides himself on bringing some familiar ingredients and flavours to his Irish customers.
Now, ladies, as requested, traditional bacon and colcannon mash with white sauce for you to enjoy.
So you must have thought we were missing home, did you?
I think so. Generally, when people are over this part of the world from home, they do miss their little fixes, let's say, of what you can't quite get
Yeah.
all the time over in Dubai or UAE in general.
And what food do you miss from home?
A few things like it sounds very Irish to say, but I actually do miss the Irish potatoes as well, because the potatoes that we get over from the local market, there's no comparison whatsoever. They're very waxy compared to the fluffy and floury potatoes that we get at home.
Yeah, that is a challenge though, anywhere beyond Ireland and maybe Great Britain. The potatoes are so very different, and it makes it quite difficult to make the likes of your Irish stew. And then how did you get by with all that?
With the Irish stew that you have here, we get the lamb from home. The last year we've managed to get a company to supply us with Irish potatoes, believe it or not. So all the mashed potato based dishes now do actually have Irish potato. The butter here as well is Irish. The wholemeal for the ingredients for the soda bread, that's Irish. So through a lot of work and pulling your teeth out on some occasions, we actually have managed to get a few Irish products into the door that people want.
That's fantastic. I mean, you can't get more authentic than that. But you have a taste of Italy there. You must have known I was coming.
Yeah.
The Irish and Italian together, huh?
Right here at the back you have your beef carpaccio, and that's actually John Stone Irish beef as well. So
The presentation is outstanding.
good. Enjoyed? Excellent.
Really nice.
Really, really lovely.
We're all happy that we've managed to get the Irish ingredients in.
Yeah. It's
I am
amazing.
too.
It's time for us to head to the house and teach Aoife how to make this dish with a twist.
So I can tell you it tasted gorgeous, but I just hope I match up to it.
I know it does taste gorgeous, so you've got a lot to live up to.
I know that. Being in Dubai, it's not normal to eat pork. It's not part of the culture.
Yes.
So I didn't want to disrespect the culture, but I also wanted you to do a recipe that we're using an ingredient that you can easily get. I know you can buy pork, and I know it's terribly expensive as well, so it's a luxury for you,
fortune, yes,
isn't it?
Yeah.
So I'm going with rose veal.
Okay.
So rose veal is grass-fed veal. So
Okay.
fingers crossed that it tastes like Lynda's.
Okay.
So this is the fillet. It does look rather like the pork, doesn't it?
It does. It looks exactly the same. If I didn't know that it was veal, I would think it was a pork fillet.
I should have said nothing.
You should have.
I should stay quiet.
But whether or not it tastes the same is another question.
That's true. That's true.
That smells just divine. Look at all that lovely gravy.
I know. Okay, so this is apple juice. The reason I'm using apple juice, it's not in the original recipe, but apple juice goes so well with pork.
Yes.
And again, to respect the Muslim culture here,
Yes.
I didn't want to use wine.
Okay.
The guests have arrived, and I'm a little worried, to be honest, because I've changed the recipe to respect the local culture. So I really hope that this dish tastes like home for Aoife.
This week, as a starter, I'm preparing a curried chicken soup using the spices we bought earlier in the souk. If you want to cook this recipe or any of the recipes featured in the series, they're all available online. To make the broth, in a large saucepan over a medium heat, add some oil, then add butter and stir. Add the onion, garlic and chilli and sauté for about 4 to 5 minutes. Add the fennel and cook for a further 2 minutes. Pour in the apple juice and chicken stock and bring to the boil. Once the broth reaches the boil, add 2 butterfly chicken breasts. Cover with a tight-fitting lid and simmer for 12 to 15 minutes. Take out the chicken fillets and set aside to cool. Then shred the chicken with 2 forks. In a large saucepan over a medium heat, add some oil and your spices and stir. Then add the butter, and once it is melted, add an equal quantity of flour and keep stirring. Pour in the broth cooked earlier and some additional chicken stock and turn up the heat and warm it through until the soup thickens slightly. Return the shredded chicken to the saucepan and heat through. Add the cream and stir well. To serve, ladle the soup into warm bowls and top with finely chopped vegetables and garnish with a little sour cream.
We're hungry, ready to go.
Now, there you are.
Thank you.
So Aoife very kindly brought me to the spice souk, so I wanted to give you a taste of Dubai meets Ireland. Wouldn't that be fair? So this is a very simple curried chicken soup and I hope you enjoy it. I'll get it for you now.
That's delicious. Thank you.
The smell of those herbs when Catherine was cooking it.
So you now know how to make this, right?
Yes.
When we have Christmas then? The next shindig get the rockstar pan.
What's happening for Christmas?
Well, apparently we're starting with chicken curry soup.
Well, what did you think of the soup?
Oh, Catherine, it was delicious.
Really?
Yeah, no, it's really
Did I hear somebody mention something about it could be a Christmas Day recipe around here? Oh,
Aoife gets a finger right.
that is success.
complicated now, that's a big task.
Oh, no.
She has all the cookbooks, don't worry.
That's true.
Well, now, coming up, we have a very special dish. This is Lynda's pork medallions with white wine and mustard. And it's kind of in around the recipe that she gave us. Say nothing. Right, there you go. Enjoy it, and I'll get the champ.
Smell of it when we were cooking it was just phenomenal.
So you've eaten this at Lynda's at home,
Yes. Yeah, that is so tender. It's beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Isn't it gorgeous?
So, how's everybody? Did you enjoy it?
Oh, it was beautiful.
Oh, I'm thrilled. Well, did it taste like home?
Oh, don't tell Lynda.
My mum never cooked like that. Like.
Sorry? Could you say that really loudly? There's something wrong with my hearing?
No, I can't say it again, but
It was better than Lynda's.
thanks, Alistair.
Well, I'm so glad you enjoyed it. And thank you so much for letting me into your home and letting me cook in your fantastic kitchen and for showing me around Dubai. It's fabulous.
It was my pleasure.
You have a great place. You live in a great place, so enjoy.
Wonderful. So
Thanks very much.
Thank you. Catherine. Thank you.
This is the look of relief. Honestly, I wasn't 100% sure the roast veal was going to be as successful, and then with no wine in the dish as well, I can't believe I got such a thumbs up. They're going to have a great night and it's time for me to go home.